Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. We are beginning the program. We're so happy to have all of you here with us this evening. Welcome to the Broward County Public Schools Business Excellence Program. This course series is brought to you by the BCPS Economic Development and Diversity Compliance Department, where I have proudly served for 9 years. I'm Lavina Freeman, and I've pretty much worked across all areas of the department since I've been here, and I currently serve in administration, where I perform data analytics, I produce the reporting for our department, and I also serve as the liaison for our Small Business Advisory Council. But none of that is as important as serving as your host here tonight, opening this kickoff program for our Business Excellence Program. Now give yourselves a round of applause for being here, because we are very happy to have you with us. At this time, please stand for the Plantation Senior High JROTC for the presentation of flags. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And thank you, Plantation Senior High JROTC. You may be seated. At this time, I am super excited to introduce a group that is near and dear to my heart. Perfected Praise Creative Arts Ministry is a nationally known faith-based dance ministry based in Pompano Beach. The team of dancers here tonight are products of Broward schools. This phenomenal ministry strives to uplift, encourage, and inspire hope. Ladies and gentlemen, Perfected Praise performing to Cynthia Enrivo's Stand Up. Can we give them a hand as they come?
With my face turned to the sun, wait. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it.
As you prepare for your baby, Broward Health is preparing
Thank
for
you, Perfected Praise. Can we give them
From
another round of
every
applause?
essential to the extra special touches, our priority is to provide you with a safe
At this
and memorable
time,
birthing
we'd like to acknowledge
experience.
any elected
Broward
officials
Health
joining
offers
us here this
award-winning
evening.
maternity services
If you're here
tailored
with us,
to
could
meet
you
the
please
unique
stand
needs of
and
growing
be
families.
applauded?
Receive expert medical
Thank
care
you.
with all the comforts of home. Broward Health's Maternity Place, where
Also,
the
we'd like
wonder
to
of
thank
new
Plantation
life
Senior
begins.
High for sharing this
To
incredible
schedule
space
a
with us
maternity
for this
tour,
program.
visit browardhealth.org/maternityplace.
We also greatly appreciate our signature sponsors of the Business Excellence Program, and they are Broward County Government, the City of Miramar, the City of Pompano Beach, the City of Sunrise, and the City of Tamarack. Without them, this program would not be possible, so let's give them thanks as well. And we also appreciate our co-sponsors of the event. So can we just give one more round of applause for our co-sponsors? Thank you. At this time, I have the great privilege of bringing to the stage the captain of the Economic Development Department ship. Ms. Denise Mincy Mills is our director. Can we show her some love as she comes to the microphone?
While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the
Thank you so much,
night,
Miss Lavinia.
that's when I'm
Good evening,
gonna
everyone.
stand up,
You
take my
look
people
fabulous. I am
with me.
excited and ecstatic to see you. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to the Broward County Schools 2024 Business Excellence Program. As Lavinia said, I'm Denise Mincy Mills. I'm the Director of the Economic Development and Diversity Compliance Department. Our vision is to spur economic development and support small minority, veteran, and women-owned businesses to successfully expand in the marketplace. Our mission is to grow the economic base of Broward County for the benefit of the students and the business community. Before I continue, let me first say thank you for your incredible contributions you make to our community as entrepreneurs. You are the driving force behind our local economy, and your purpose, passion, and presence are what makes South Florida such a dynamic place to call home. And this is why I am absolutely ecstatic to have each of you here to kick off this amazing series of workshops designed specifically for you as local small business owners. The Business Excellence Program was created with a simple yet powerful vision to foster collaboration that enhances the success of small businesses and the future of our students. In Broward schools, there is opportunity. There is money to be made. Let me repeat that. There is money to be made. There's procurement opportunities with your name on it. We invite you to tap in and become a provider of goods and services to our 239 schools and 80+ administrative departments. And the Economic Development Department is here to help you access a piece of the pie. We take a lot of pride in facilitating connections between the district and you and our small business community. Ultimately, we are working to create a thriving, prosperous South Florida that serves everyone, including our students. Therefore, we want you to maximize this opportunity, which was created to elevate, to empower, and connect you for a journey of scalable growth and impact. I hope you're ready. Because the Business Excellence Program is going to prepare you for success in Broward schools and beyond. We're so excited you're here today and cannot wait to see the amazing things that will come from this. Thank you so much for being here. I am so happy to see all of you. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce a transformational leader with nearly 30 years of experience in public and private education. She has held leadership roles such as principal, administrative director, and assistant superintendent of equity and diversity, focusing on small, minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses. She is the executive director of operations for the School Board of Broward County. She oversees procurement warehousing services, the Business Support Center, and she's my boss, economic development and diversity compliance. She is one of the most powerful people in Broward County. You know anybody else overseeing procurement, business support centers, and economic development? What a great cadre of organizations and departments. Jennifer is passionate about expanding opportunities for underutilized businesses. If you know her, you know this is a fact. She draws inspiration from her background as a daughter of a small business minority owner. She serves on Barry University's Alumni Board of Directors and is a member of various educational and community organizations. Outside of work, she enjoys spending time with her family. Anyone who knows her, she loves to travel and volunteer and promote programs to help create generational wealth. I present to you Jennifer Andreu, Executive Director of Operations. Ms. Andreu.
Good evening, everyone. Ms. Mills must be trying to get an increase in salary because I told her, do not read my entire bio. That is not what you're here for this evening. It is absolutely my pleasure to greet all of you to this remarkable event, our 2024 Business Excellence Program. It's not just called Business Program, it is Business Excellence Program because the staff from EDDC has made sure to bring you the best of the best, and you're going to see that this evening. So again, I welcome you. I also want to bring greetings on behalf of our superintendent, Dr. Howard Hepburn, as well as our chief, Ms. Wanda Paul. Unfortunately, they could not be here this evening, but I'm sure you will meet them at the graduation. They are actually attending a conference out in Texas to better prepare our staff and our students. And also on behalf of the principal here at my alma mater, Plantation High School, Ms. Cassandra Robinson. She also brings greetings to you this evening, and we thank her and her JROTC and entire staff for having us. Again, a heartfelt thank you to all of you participating and taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here. As you are aware, our schools and our local businesses are deeply interconnected. While you are the economic backbone of the community, your role goes far beyond that. You are our parents, you're our role models, our mentors, our donors, our partners in education. As you know, we have over 250,000 students who walk through our schoolhouse every day. And it is because you are inspiring that next generation, and so there are limitless possibilities ahead. As we equip our students for success, we also want to make sure we equip our business owners for success too. And that is why we're bringing you this Business Excellence Program. We recently completed a disparity study here in Broward County Public Schools that the board accepted earlier this year. And as a district, we are going to do our part to strengthen our local economy. And on purpose, we are going to be intentional about opportunities right here in the Tri-County area. We're going to create avenues for our small businesses to strive and survive. The Economic Development and Diversity Compliance Department will help you with that. All of us, every single staff member here tonight, is committed to your success. So you can ask any of us questions at any time. You can call us, you can email us, and you can stop us when you see us in person. We are here to help you, and it is your taxpayer dollars that allow us to be here to do that, so we don't take that for granted. I ask that you stay engaged with our office, and you must, this is a must. I'm a former teacher, so this is your homework assignment. You must network with others. If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with others. So make sure you do not leave here this evening without networking with at least 3 new people tonight. I have already done that. I've met Samantha, Khadijah, and Henry this evening, and I have their business cards, so I will be emailing them by Monday so that they have all of my contact information as well. Make sure you do the same. Together, we will make a lasting impact for our students, our businesses, and our entire community. Now, if you have not heard about our hashtag yet, and I hope you have, you're going to learn about it tonight. Does anybody know the new hashtag that we've started? What is it? I heard a whisper. By Broward. Say it like you mean it. By Broward. Hashtag by Broward. And even if you're in Dade or Palm Beach, we're still including you too. You're our neighbors to the north and the south. But our hashtag is by Broward. You're going to see that hopefully a lot more. We are encouraging all of our district offices, all of our school sites to buy locally with our vendors that are right here in Broward, Dade, and Palm Beach. So I want you to use that as well. So if you're taking pictures tonight at the Step and Repeat, I want you to do hashtag by Broward, tag us at EDDC, and we again want you to stay connected and engaged with us as we lead you on the road to success. Have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing you all over the next month and a half up until your December graduation as part of our Business Excellence Program. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Andreu. Even though I'm the Director of Economic Development and Diversity Compliance, this program was spearheaded by Ms. Jasmine, I almost said Jasmine Sullivan, Jasmine Jones. And I am following the script and the protocol that Jasmine gave me, boss. So I know you're the boss, but Jasmine's in charge tonight. Thank you so much for your comments, well received. And please, please, as Ms. Andreu said, network and meet people. That's what it's all about. Let's see, coming to the stage, I have the honor of, it's dark up here. I'm old, I can't see. Our next speaker is the Honorable Hazel Rogers, Broward County Commissioner, District 9. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her as she comes to the stage. The Honorable Hazel Rogers was born in Kingston, Jamaica, and began her political career in Broward County in 1996 when she was elected to the Lauderdale Lake City Commission. She served as president of the Broward League of Cities in 2004 and later as state representative for districts 94 and 95. In 2022, she was elected to the Broward County Commission after years as mayor of Lauderdale Lakes. Commissioner Rogers made history as the first person from the English-speaking Caribbean American community elected to office in the southeastern United States. She has received numerous awards, including the Florida Association of Counties Champion Award and Jamaica's national honor, the Order of Distinction. Her priorities include addressing affordable housing, supporting criminal justice reforms, and promoting programs to help create generational wealth. Please welcome the Honorable Hazel Rogers. I didn't get my hug earlier. I'm gonna get it now. to see you.
Good evening, everyone. You're so quiet. I can't see you, but I hope you can see me. I'm going to try to read these notes, and if I stumble, you know why, right? Because the glasses is not working. Okay, it is good to be here. And for one of the reasons, it's all about minority, small businesses, women-owned businesses, everyone that wants to do business here in Broward County. You can see yourself at this event, can't you? You know why you came, don't you? Come on, you gotta talk to me. You know why you're here. I'm not here to preach to you. I'm here to tell you what you do know. That is, we have to be in the right place at the right time. And whenever we learn something, we have to share it, right? Because we all rise together. So I'm happy to be here. I'm not a Broward County School Board member or any of that, but I know that it is always good to support other organizations, other governmental agencies, because Broward County, we are one. So say that, Broward County, we are one. All right. The Small Business Microgrant Program is a program that I love and started at the county, so I'm going to be bragging on that just a little bit. But 2024 Business Excellence Program, Boot Camp. I don't know what you're going to go through, but I know you're going to graduate. If you know you're going to graduate, just show me your hands. You're not wasting time. You're going to know everything you need to know about your school board, all right? It is wonderful to see all of you here this evening. And yes, small businesses are the backbone of our economy. We play a critical role in driving economic activities and job creation and overwhelming community viability, because as small businesses, we support our communities. That is why you are so important to Broward County. And this evening is no different. Look at you, you worked all day today, and then here you are, your extended hours being at an event. Because you know you're in the right place, I must say thank you for showing up. I am your Broward County Commissioner for District 9, but whenever I vote on that $9 million budget, it's going to spread all over Broward County, not just in my district alone. So I'm glad to be a part of all of that. I need your participation for just a moment, because when you participate, I will know how to evaluate and advocate on your behalf. All right, so here we go. Can I get a show of hands as to how many of you are aware this evening that you're engaged in a program that's going to make you better going forward? All right, now, doing good. So let me get to the second and last question. All right, are you ready? With another show of hands, how many of you are aware of our Broward County Small Business Micro Grant Pilot Program? Not so good, right? Well, I'm going to give you a number, because guess what you're going to do? You're going to call this number tomorrow. I give you until Monday, 954-357-7009. And you can tell them that County Commissioner Rogers said that's one of the best kept secret in Broward County, and she wants this program to be on the road. 954-357-7009. The Small Business Microgrant Program, yes, Small Business Microgrant, yes, it's only $2,500, but can you see that paying your rent, or paying for some utility bills, or paying for new equipment that you need? Can you see that? Can you use that? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm thrilled to support that program. I hope that you will join us at another event on the 24th, and that is FITSI. It's our Florida International and Small Business Cultural Program at Broward County. I need you to pencil that in. It starts on the 23rd, and that's another opportunity for us to network. So it's good to be here supporting our Broward County schools as The school board and staff recognize that, yes, we take care of the children, but we have businesses that we have a budget, and we have businesses that need to participate. So you're ready to learn more about your school board and what they do and what they have to offer to small and minority businesses. And when you get it, I know others will follow because you will be sharing. I thank you for being here, and thank you for listening. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Commissioner, school board member, I don't know what to call you, Jennifer Andreu.
Thank you, Commissioner Rogers. You're right, it's very dark up here. You can barely read. And now, thank you so much. And now it's time to, as I like to say, get this party started. So I'm going to introduce, and it's my honor to introduce our panel moderator, Ms. Maribel Feliciano. Okay, I need some help. I practice all day. Now that I'm here, I can't say it.
Maribel Feliciano.
Thank you. Let's give her a hand. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, but I can say Maribel. I just can't say the last part of it. So, Miss Maribel, can I just say that? She is the Assistant Director of the Office of Economic and Small Business Development, whose mission is to stimulate economic development by attracting, retaining, and expanding targeted industries, including a special focus on small business growth. She is responsible for managing the day-to-day operations of the agency, including small business certification and compliance, economic development, apprenticeship, international trade, business development, communications, and outreach, and supporting Film Lauderdale. You definitely want to make sure you don't leave this place without meeting her. She has over 27 years of combined public and private sector experience. She has a master's in urban and regional planning from Florida Atlantic University and is certified with the American Institute of Certified Planners, the Florida Redevelopment Association, the American Contract Compliance Association, and Cornell University Women in Leadership. In 2023, Maribel was recognized for her leadership and support of the business community by the Health Foundation of South Florida with the Inspiring Women of Health Award for her work with the South Florida Anchor Alliance. She was also recognized by the Hispanic Entrepreneurial Initiative with the Empowering the American Dream Award for service and support of local entrepreneurs. And she was also recognized by the Greater Fort Lauderdale Alliance with the Partner Council Leadership Award. Please help me welcome to the stage with a round of applause our moderator for the panel this evening, Ms. Maribel Feliciano. I got it, thank you. Thank you so much. You got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. She got it, right? She got it at the end. That was perfect. So just so you know, I respond to Maribel, Maribel, to all those names I always respond to. So it is my pleasure to be here today. I hope you're as excited as I am to be part of this program. I want to thank the school board leadership for putting together this program because you're going to learn a lot. I hope you're ready to go back to school because you're going to be learning a lot today from our expert panelists. We have a great program for you this evening, and I would like to, I'm going to be inviting the panelists to come up as I speak a little bit about them, because I want you to understand the incredible expertise and knowledge that we have today as part of our panels that we're going to be sharing with all of you. So I'm going to start with one of our panelists, And her name is Dr. Reggie Lewis. She is the Global Business Strategist. She's a speaker, author, health and mental wellness advocate. She has over 25 years of experience in business development, executive coaching, and consulting, and she leads Fusion Consulting Associates, which is a certified organizational development consulting firm that specializes in customized business solutions. She serves clients across various industries in both the private and the public sector. So we're very fortunate to have Dr. Lewis with us today. Welcome, Dr. Lewis. And if you can please join us on the stage. Also, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our next panelist. Annette is E. Lewis. She is the CPA and SDA Senior Manager with S. Davids and Associates PA, where she's responsible for providing consulting, tax, and accounting services. She has more than 18 years of experience in all aspects of financial and operations management, including strategic planning, budgeting, process improvement, and a lot more. Ms. Lewis' assignments with SDA includes internal audits, consulting, monitoring and review work with various SDA governmental clients, including the Broward County Aviation Department, City of Miramar, and the Broward County School District. Please welcome Ms. Annette Lewis. And I have to share that I'm really happy that a few of the panelists today are certified with Broward County Small Business Program and our federal program as well. So the next speaker for today is Sam Hesser. He's the South Florida Vice President of Self-Help Credit Union. Sam has over 25 years of experience in credit unions and community development. He leads Self-Help South Florida operations and is also the artistic director of the Miami Community Theater. Help Credit Union and Community Development Financial Institutions were established in 1980, and it includes 2 CDFIs. He's going to be talking about that today, what that means. And they have a series of programs that they administer in support of our small businesses. They aim to create economic opportunity, focusing on under-resourced communities, clean energy, affordable housing, and a lot more. Please join me in welcoming Sam to the stage. Our next speaker is Diana, and Diana, you're gonna forgive me. I think I'm gonna do just can you tell me how I have to pronounce your last name? Agenor, there you go. Diana Agenor is an accomplished CEO and seasoned leader with a master's in digital marketing and a bachelor's in business management. She also serves as marketing and outreach specialist for the school board of Broward County. She has over 20 years of experience. She's highly skilled in marketing strategies, whose expertise spans all aspects of the field, from inbound and outbound tactics in experimental marketing and digital innovation. She has consistently guided business startups, amplified brand visibility, and helped companies boost revenue. Welcome, Diana, to the stage. And today we're going to be talking about mastering the fundamentals. We're going to be talking about foundations of business, strategic planning, operational efficiency, and we have a series of questions for our panelists, and at the end, you're going to have an opportunity to ask questions as well. So everybody has microphones? Yes? You're going to pass the microphones? Excellent. So I'm going to stay here. Is there a microphone on my chair? Okay. So I'm gonna stay here, and that way we don't have to share the microphone. We're gonna start with Dr. Lewis. Can you explain to us why it's crucial for small business owners to have a clear and focused vision, and how you guide them in achieving that clarity?
Okay, great question. One of the key things is when individuals are looking to actually start a business, whether you're an inspiring business owner or if you're already in business, one of the key things is to really be crystal clear on what your vision is. Because it's important to know your core value. It's important to know what impact you want your business to have. whether you're in the service-based industry, whether you have goods or services, it's very important to have a clear vision. Exactly what type of business are you looking to start? Why do you want to start that business? Because keep in mind, being a business is not for the faint at heart, so you definitely have to have that grit. And one of the key things, sometimes individuals think because they're passionate about something, that that's the business they need to be a part of. Just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean that there's a demand for it in the marketplace. So it's important to be very clear on your intentions in terms of starting a business. And one of the key things that I do with my clients is really helping them to crystallize that vision. So what exactly are you interested in doing? Is there a demand in that marketplace? Do you have a proof of concept? What exactly is that, right? Some of you may have hobbies where you've been able to, people come to you for that thing, right? And you tend to do it with your eyes closed, and you enjoy doing it. And there's a constant need for it, right? So you've been able to provide the same services with the same results, and you've been able to get the same level of success. So that's what we look at when you're talking about a proof of concept. Some of you, it may be a product that you've developed, right? And let's say if it's a hair growth oil, and you've been able to share it with your family and friends, and they've been able to get those results. Now you're able to see this is something that has, an effect, that I can have an impact in the market space. And then if you have a skill set, if you're interested in going into the service-based areas, some of you may have been in your position, your jobs, your careers for a significant amount of time where you've been able to develop an expertise in that area, right? So being able to understand, hey, how can I use these same skill sets that I have to meet a demand in the marketplace? But again, you have to be crystal clear if indeed there is a demand for it, and how you be able to kind of delve into that and being able to establish your value proposition. So one of the key things is really having that crystal clear vision, and is there a demand for it? What are your core values, and how are you going to have the impact in that space?
Thank you, Dr. Lewis. And now I can move. We have a microphone here, so I'm going to be joining you. So after you have a clear vision, many businesses struggle with defining what are the next steps, right? The actions they need to take to implement that vision. Can you share a little bit about how you work with businesses to develop those actionable strategies?
Absolutely. And I kind of touched on that just a bit in the previous question in terms of what is your unique value proposition, right? And what do I mean by that? In the sense that if you're looking into the space, you have a clear vision, right? We first need to crystallize what exactly are you going to introduce into the marketplace, right? Whether it's a good, whether it's a service, right? Is there a demand? Just because you're passionate about it doesn't mean that there's a need for it, that there's a void that can help you monetize that. Now, once we've created this clear vision, what impact do you want to have? Is there a need for that service? Now we get into the strategy aspect of it. How are you going to position yourself? Sometimes I hear from my clients like, well, someone else is already doing it. But that's okay, but they don't have that special zhuzh that you'll bring into that space. And what do I mean by that? For example, when you see, let's say, a McDonald's, what do you typically see across the street? You see a Burger King, right? Now, Burger King has been around for a very long time. They're still both selling burgers, they're still both selling fries, but they each have a uniqueness that they offer in that space. So it's the same thing when you're looking at translating in terms of the services that you'd like to provide in the marketplace, looking at the products that you'd like to actually bring into that space as well. You may have competitors, that's okay, because there's a uniqueness, right, that we start to explore. And when you're looking at what is your unique value proposition, what sets you apart from your competitor? Okay, what is that special sauce that you add to what it is you're bringing, even though someone else is already doing it? And it's very important to understand that. And then when we look at that, when you're looking at strategies, now you need to be able to gauge, how do you know that you're being successful with it, right? So you have to, we talked about crystallizing, being very clear about what you want that vision, what type of services or products you want to bring into the marketplace. We talked about the proof of concept, right? If you've done it so many different times, if you provided this product or service and you've been able to get a good result from it, right? You're doing it for free, you're enjoying it, but it's in demand. So now you have that proof of concept, like, hey, I've done X, Y, Z multiple times, and I have a proven system where I'm able to generate the same results. So now you're on to something, okay? And now you start thinking, you need to be able to have that clarity, Now we need that strategy. You have to be able to understand your target audience. Who are they? You need to know everything about your potential buyer. Okay, so that's how whenever you're making those decisions, right, you need to make decisions that are going to impact those individuals that you're looking to provide your service or products to, right? Are they going to buy it? How do you know they're going to buy it? How do you know there's a need, right? How do you know that you're going to be profitable? So being able to know that there is a need for that. So we create those strategies. Now that you're clear, you create your strategies around it, and then we need to make sure that we have those measurable goals. You need to be able to measure. What are those metrics? How are you going to know that you're successful in those strategies that you're creating?
Talked about vision, we talked about actionable strategies, and very important, how do you measure that you are achieving those strategies, right? Those goals, those objectives. And I hope you're paying attention because we're gonna test you later on. Remember, we're back to school, we're back to fundamentals, and in order for you to graduate, we're not testing you, I'm kidding. The next question, I'm going to go to Ms. Annette Lewis from S. Davis and Associates. Basically, the next question, I want to go to what about after that, right? Sometimes our small businesses develop their strategy, they start running their business, they're able to secure clients, they're bringing in funding and revenue, they're able to hire people, but they may not be thinking long-term, right? Ms. Lewis, can you talk to us a little bit, based on your extensive experience in strategic planning, what are key fundamentals that small businesses need to focus on to develop a successful long-term strategy?
Well, let's start with the fundamentals. We talked about making sure there's a need for the goods or the service, identifying your clients, the folks that you're going to sell to or provide the service to. Then you develop your budget. How much is it going to cost? What am I going to need? Am I going to need space? Am I going to need money? What am I going to need to be able to take this business from the ground up? Do I have savings? Do I have, loans? Did I get an inheritance? We've, had folks who, my aunt died and I have $20,000, and then they max out all the credit cards to be able to start a business. That's great, but that's just to start the business. We recommend that you look 6 months, a year, probably 2 years worth of budgeting as to being able to support the business. If you have a mortgage, you have kids, you're going to have to pay bills. And you have to separate the business from your personal. We have a lot of our clients, our potential clients, who get into trouble because they're not, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul because they've not looked at how much potentially it's gonna cost. And it's no scrimping. Do some hard knuckles, and I'm sure Dr. Lewis has had those kind of conversations as well. It's where's the money coming from? We might think, oh, it's just a service. Yeah, you still have to pay other people probably to help you out if it gets to be too much for you alone. That's a contractor. You've got to collect the money. You've got to prepare invoices. You have to collect on invoices. There are so many things that when you develop your strategy that you have to think about the operations of the business itself and how am I going to do all of this. You might do something well, but when you go into business, you have to, what am I getting myself into? We talked about budgeting. A year, 2 years, a lot of us don't have that kind of money to put away when we start a business. We talk to our bankers, we talk to, try not to max out the credit cards because 19, 20, 29, 30%. Start doing business with, SBEs, get those certifications. I mean, we've had clients, oh, that's too hard. It's not. And there are opportunities. I've worked with several cities and they've had revolving loan funds for small businesses. I've seen barbecues, I've seen, small businesses really use those funds properly. The bookkeeping and the accounting, watching the money is very important. You cannot be lax about where it's going to come from. And one of the big things we do is taxes and IRS representation. You've got to look at your revenues. You've got to look at your expenses. You can't cross business with personal, as I've said before, because there becomes, a point if you start a corporation that has to stand by itself, because there comes a point when you're transferring back and forth between to rob Peter to pay Paul. The IRS will say there's no difference between your personal account and your business account. So we can take the money from either or both until you satisfy whatever we think you owe us. And it's not very pretty, especially if you have to meet payroll. Then you have to come see somebody like me and pay a lot of money for me to get on the phone and argue back and forth to say, hey, they have to meet payroll. Then I have to sort out all of your paperwork, get all of your personnel information, and have to go back and forth with them. What's your name again?
Sam.
Sam asked me before, have you come across a situation where, businesses want to pay the least amount of taxes and then they go for a business loan or even a mortgage because they want to buy a building but they can't pay all cash? Now, where's the income from the business that you had before, that you've been doing years prior? So now we have to re-engineer your books to show that you made income. Or maybe you had a bookkeeper or somebody who was giving you bad advice. Stop for a minute. If it's too good to be true, yeah?
Yeah, it's because it is, right? So basically, we know you're busy running your business. A lot of our small businesses, you're trying to balance so many different priorities, right? You're running your business, you're working with your staff, you're trying to meet the commitments of your contracts. In addition to that, you need to make sure you take care of your finances and that everything is in order. But as Ms. Lewis indicated, it's really important that you connect with the financial advisors and experts that are able to help you be successful in that area. And that's going to pay in the long run, because a lot of times when there is microloan programs, when there is grant programs, you heard Commissioner Rogers talk about the Broward County Small Business Micro Grant. Some basic documents that you need to provide, you will be able to get those documents from your accountant, from your financial advisor, and a lot of these grants you don't have to pay back. So it's critical that you invest in the time to understand that and that you hire the right professionals, financial consultants to provide that assistance. So the next question, since we were talking about Sam and financial assistance, I'm going to go to you, Sam. Community development financial institutions often play a really important role in bridging the gap for small businesses seeking capital. What innovative financial solutions or credit building resources are currently available for underserved small businesses, and how can entrepreneurs better position themselves to access those funds and be successful?
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name's Sam, Self-Help Credit Union. A couple of quick shout-outs. First, I would like to recognize on stage here these wonderful, smart, and talented women. I am none of those things, but I'm humbled and honored to be here, so thank you for that. Also, coincidentally, just happens to be International Credit Union Day, so shout out for credit unions. So Self-Help Credit Union is part of a family of nonprofit organizations. We're actually about 5 organizations. It includes 2 CDFI credit unions, a CDFI loan fund, Self-Help Climate Capital, and also the Center for Responsible Lending. Center for Responsible Lending is an advocacy organization that fights predatory lending, tries to protect people against predatory lending. So you heard us mention the term CDFI, Community Development Financial Institution. There are about 1,500 CDFIs in the country. Most CDFIs are not-for-profit. A CDFI can be a credit union, a bank, or a loan fund. And essentially, they're mission-driven lenders. And we have a mission. So Self-Help's mission is to create and protect ownership and economic opportunity for everyone, especially communities of color, women, children, immigrants, low-wealth families, and rural communities. So communities who've been under-resourced and undervalued by mainstream financial services over the years, that's why we exist. So sure, we can open a checking account or get you a credit card. That's not why we exist. We're trying to help you be successful. Our organization has a racial wealth gap initiative. It's a big problem, but we're trying to do our part to help close the racial wealth gap in America and to empower all of you to be successful. So access to capital. When you start your business, there's not a lot of options for loans. There are some. I mean, the county has, and you've heard about some micro grants. So when you start your business, you need to think about what capital you're going to need. Are you going to apply for grants? Are you going to participate in pitch competitions? Do you have a rich uncle? I mean, it's a real thing. Think about the capital you're going to need, because even a mission-driven lender like us that wants to help you, it's going to be very challenging for you to get a loan during the first 2 years of your business. So after a couple of years, it's going to get easier. And what do you need to do to prepare for that? Well, you need to talk to your accountant. You need to love your accountant, learn to love numbers. Do you need to know how to do the accounting yourself? No, but you need to understand it. You need to understand your financials, and you need to make sure you get your accounting in order, because we love to help members or businesses get loans, but if their accounting is not in order yet, there's not a lot we can do, because we have to look at not only your credit, we'll talk about your personal credit, but we also look at your income and your debt-to-income ratio. And if you're a new business, well, you might need to keep your day job so that you've got some pay stubs to prove that you've got an income. And there's other things you can talk to your accountant about making sure you can show income. So make sure you've got income, because any lender is going to look at that. Think about your personal credit. So at Self-Help, we have something called a credit builder loan. We can also run your credit for free. It's a soft pull, so it doesn't count against your credit. We can go over your credit report with you for free so you understand it. And that credit builder loan, it requires no credit check, no money down. It's a 4% loan. You pay it back over 12 months, and in those 12 months, you're building a credit history. So there are ways to build your credit, because even after a few years, most lenders are going to pull your credit. So personal credit, showing your income, getting your accounting in order, and then, CDFIs, our role, we don't want to be your bank forever. We want to help you get on your feet and help you prepare you for the mainstream world of financial services. To get you to a point where you don't need us, right? We want to help you, but we want to get you to a point where you can walk into JP Morgan Chase and get a loan straight from them. But CDFIs, and there's some great ones here in Broward. There's the Urban League. Miami Bayside has a presence here. There's some others. But if you don't know a CDFI, make sure you get to know one. The other thing I will mention is technical assistance. If you don't know that term, TA, technical assistance, there are a lot of great providers, the county, the school district, these fine folks up here on stage. There's some others, SBDC out of FAU and FIU. There's also SCORE in Broward. Lots of folks, some of which do it for free, will help you, coach you, prepare you to get a loan. So I encourage you to look for those resources. Thank you.
I hope you heard that. He said free. Do you hear that? Yes. Do you like free? Very important. There's a lot of organizations out there, Broward County, the schools, CDFIs, also nonprofit organizations that provide free technical assistance for our small businesses and entrepreneurs. Make sure you connect to those resources, because sometimes those resources, nobody's accessing, connecting with these organizations, maybe because you're not aware. They provide one-on-one mentoring, they one-on-one coaching. Some of these organizations he mentioned, they even have funding available to help you in the different areas that you may need help with. So it's really important that you connect to those free resources. So you heard from Denise earlier. So, go ahead.
Sam and Maribel brought up something. Our firm has worked with a lot of those organizations, and a lot of small businesses, new businesses have come to us. One thing you have to, once you get involved with those organizations, you have to be committed. You have to provide the documentation they need. You have to attend the meetings, because we've set up meetings where you need to provide your bank statements, your tax returns. Oh, can I do it next week? Can I do it once you're in the business? Yes, it's important to run the business, but you need to be committed to the financial piece. Make those meetings, because they will drop you. I mean, we've worked with Urban League to teach the accounting and give coaching to a lot of small businesses, and they've graduated, but you have to take it seriously. You cannot just, there is access and this opportunities are available. Once you get there, you have to commit in order to be successful.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I actually was at a workshop earlier today where we were talking to the Brazilian business group about how to do business with Broward County government, and there was a financial readiness component to it by a local bank, and they shared the 7 C's. I know you heard about the 3 C's, right, for lending, then there's 5 C's, and they share 7, and one of them was commitment. One of the 7 was exactly what Ms. Lewis just shared. So that's critical. You heard from Denise earlier that she wants you to do business with Broward County schools, but she wants you to grow beyond Broward County, right? Did you hear that? Okay, do you want to grow beyond? Okay, I didn't hear you. Do you want to grow beyond Broward County? There you go. So we want to make sure we connect you to the resources to do just that. So let's say one of our businesses today is being so successful doing business with Broward schools in Broward County and Miami-Dade and Palm Beach, and they're ready to expand. They want to buy commercial real estate, right? Sam, can you tell us what are some key factors that lenders consider before approving loans, and what advice would you give entrepreneurs on navigating the CRE lending process to secure the best terms and get approved and be successful?
All right, so I failed to mention earlier, but self-help is in 9 states across the U.S. We have an office in Miami. We've purchased a property in Broward, not open yet, but we will eventually have an office here in Sunrise, or next door in Sunrise. So we do consumer lending, everything, car loans and home mortgage loans. We do loans for small business, personal loans for small business owners. We also do the bigger stuff. So we do commercial real estate lending. So when you're ready to buy a building or build a building, self-help may be able to help you, or we may be able to refer you to one of our partners who can help you. Because the thing about CDFIs is each one is different. This is true of banks as well. Like every bank doesn't do every type of loan. Every credit union does not do every type of loan. Well, I'm happy to connect you with folks. So if you have a specific need, even if I can't help you, I've learned to know what Valley Bank does, and I've learned to know what other CDFIs do. So I'm happy to make those connections. But we, self-help, we do large commercial loans. So for example, we finance multifamily affordable housing or large nonprofit buildings. We also do church loans, by the way, so if a church is buying a building or building a building. But to get ready, when it's, commercial real estate, in some ways it's similar to a small business loan. I mean, because, they may pull your personal credit, but they're going to look at your accounting, they're going to look at your taxes. I say we're going to look at all that. We also, when it comes to real estate, we often are going to ask you for pro formas. So pro formas look at, in the case of, say, housing, a building that has housing, we're going to look at what's the income that project is going to generate over time, every year or every month in the future, and what are the expenses associated with that. And then we're going to look at, is it profitable? Is it making money? There's something called debt service coverage ratio. It's similar to your debt to income ratio, but we look at, most lenders are going to look at your debt service coverage ratio to see, is the income from your business or from this project enough to make that new mortgage payment on that piece of real estate. As you're getting into real estate, it's going to be difficult to go from never having bought a building and built a building to buying a $100 million building, right? You probably need to start a little smaller, especially if you're building housing. Start with a duplex, start with a fourplex, and then grow up to a 20-unit building, right? Also, there's something called a capital stack. So most deals like this, there's layers of capital in that project. So for example, maybe you need a big mortgage loan to buy that building or to build that building, a construction to permanent financing. So you need the main mortgage loan, but that main lender, like self-help, we may only loan 75 or 80%. Well, where's the rest of the 20 to 25% going to come from? It could come from equity, it could come from you, maybe you're going to contribute money to it. It can come from grants, and there are some nice grants out there, especially if it's affordable housing or different projects. It could also come from a second lender or a third lender. It's sometimes called gap financing or mezzanine financing. So you have to assemble a capital stack. There's an art and a science to that. And you may not buy a building every year. It may be a one-time thing, but when you're putting together a capital stack, you have to kind of learn what you're doing. So I would suggest you take some classes. There are programs around, and if anyone ever wants, just connect with me and I can connect you with programs where you can learn about how do you prepare for a commercial real estate purchase and a loan. What else? Capital stack. Also, you need to make sure you assemble a team. You're going to need several folks on your team. You're going to need who's going to be the general contractor, who's the accountant. I can't think of all the different team members right now, but you're going to need different folks who are specialized in different things, who have experience. Because if you come to a lender and you've never built a building or bought a building before, anyway, I think that's time. I'm going to stop there.
So we talked to you about visioning, developing those actionable items, strategies to accomplish that goal. We've talked about your finances, making sure you keep those in order. When you're ready to scale, what is it that you need to consider before you go to your lender? Making sure you build the relationship with your financial institution. We get a lot of phone calls from businesses, and the top questions that we get, or the top 3 type of assistance questions, technical assistance, are related to financing, right? Related to access to capital. And the third one that I get, I have to tell you every month, is related to marketing, right? You're so busy running your business and you're an expert in your area, right? But marketing, there is a science to marketing, and we have Diana here, who is an expert in marketing. So the question for you, Diana, is why is it crucial for a business, regardless of the size, to have a dedicated marketing and communications team? How can that team drive growth and strengthen the brand presence, especially in today's very competitive digital landscape?
Okay. By a show of hands, how many people here do not like marketing, posting on social media, creating content, creating flyers, doing TikTok, doing Reels? Well, here's the thing. All of us in marketing, we love it. Okay, we love marketing, we love strategizing, we love sitting down with you and making sure that we help bring your business brand visibility, right? We'll make sure we check your data, your analytics. We'll also work with you to make sure that your ethics, your business ethics, your mission, your vision is branded out there on all social media platforms. We'll also make sure you work with Facebook. Sometimes companies say, I don't want to do Facebook, I don't want to do TikTok, I don't want to do this. Well, we'll sit down with you and be like, hey, how about I could have 5 hours or one day or 2 hours in one day? We'll sit down with you and we'll create content. We'll look at your game plan. What do you want? Hey, I'm a plumber. This person's a plumber. But what makes me different is that I have this technique, but they don't. Okay, I could use that strategy with you, and we could come up with a fun video of explaining that on TikTok, or a fun video of explaining it on Instagram. Or with me, like I have a video team, we'll come in and we'll help you. We'll show you. If you don't want to do it, we can also create actors or stuff like that to just make sure that we can showcase who you are and who your company is. But at the end of the day, a lot of marketing comes with a game plan and sitting down and saying what your niche is, what your passion. A person who's a CEO would sit there and be like, I just want to do the work. I don't want to do the marketing. It's not fun. I just want the clients to come. But guess what? The clients can't come without marketing, right? So at the end of the day, it really takes time for you to sit down and sit with a person who does like marketing, because we will do all facets of marketing, whether it's experiential, whether it's inbound, whether it's outbound, whether it's email. You have to utilize all these facets, and you also have to have a budget. If you're a small company and you have a small budget, if it's $500, okay, speak with a marketer. How can I start with $500? And you have to make sure you're speaking to someone who's really passionate about what they're doing. You'd speak with someone and be like, yeah, I'll take this $500, so this is not enough. Me? No, $500 is enough, because I started as an entrepreneur and I didn't have enough at one point, right? So I know, hey, maybe we can use a certain amount just for Facebook, a certain amount on Google ads, a certain amount on maybe just email blasts. But you have to speak to someone that really is passionate about what they're doing, also connect with you. Knows how you feel. It's all about energy for me. I take on a client, I'm like, hey, I don't want to do marketing. Okay, well, how can I help you with marketing? Well, my problem is I don't like the videos. I don't like the graphic design. I don't like this. Well, I can do that for you. I could alleviate that from you. And then how would you feel? Oh, that would be amazing. Exactly. That's why I'm here, because I love marketing and I want you to be amazing.
So I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening. And a lot of times we want to do it all, right? Like you feel you're the industry expert, and you are the industry expert. You're busy securing clients, etc. So you want to do it all, but there are specific things within your business that is really important that you're strategic to identify additional resources. That's what they do, right? They specialize. Attorneys, right? Is one of those things, and I tell my entrepreneurs all the time, you may be an expert in your industry, but you're not an attorney. So it's really important that you hire an attorney when you're starting your business, when you're running your business, etc. So the same applies to accounting services, to financials, payroll, etc., to marketing, consulting services. So what I would like to do, and I think I just we have 5 minutes. So I'm just going to open it up for my 4 panelists based on the areas we discussed in your specific areas of expertise. Can you share with our small businesses today just one tip of advice that really have helped you, right, as you have developed your business, grow your business, or as part of the consulting services that you provide, right, when you're working with small businesses?
I have a couple. The one thing that I notice with a lot of entrepreneurs, that they love to do what they do, but they're trying to do too many things at one time, and you become overwhelmed. You have to get an intern. You have to get somebody to help you, whether it's someone that can help you 5 hours a week, 8 hours a week, how much you can pay them. Come up with a budget. Believe it or not, it really can help alleviate the tension on you, and you can focus and clear more and be more clear. Another thing is, just got to mention in the marketing sector, I have provided a cheat code here for everyone. make sure you grab a flyer, okay, explaining marketing, branding, mission, vision, digital marketing, and social media. I've also given you cheat codes of different platforms to make it user-friendly, easy for you, so you can create all your social media content if you can, right? In addition to that, we have a Brunch and Learn event once a month to help you with business fundamentals. We also have a matchmaker event that's quarterly. Make sure you grab a flyer. That quarterly matchmaker will help you get procurement opportunities. We have somebody that's within a department that will sit there and tell you, hey, you need this certification. Hey, you need this type of paperwork, to make sure they help you through bidding. Also through EDDC, each and one of us in our department, we make sure everyone that's coming to this event today, and every event, we help you become certified, we help you become vendors of School Board of Broward County, and we sit here, we have a concierge department that would also make sure that we tailor to you to make sure we help you grow and increase business. At the end of the day, at EDDC, we want all of you to grow, we want all of you to make money, we want all of you to expand, so we're all here collectively to help you.
Okay. So, Dr. Lewis, can you share with us that one tip of advice?
It's actually combined in a sense where when you're starting out in business, sometimes you have so many different range of emotions that are kicking in, right? If you're on your job and you're thinking, well, I'm going to leave my job and start this business, you can use your job to sponsor your business. So you don't necessarily have to do one, either or, right? But when I look at in terms of what are some of the key things that you need to do to kind of help you along your entrepreneurial journey, whether you're starting out or whether you currently have a business, it's important to leverage your relationships. Relationships are the new currency, okay? Leverage your relationships and show up. It's phenomenal that all of you today took time out of your schedule to show up. You're going to meet some people here, but don't necessarily hang around the people that you showed up here with, okay? Get to know other people, leverage those relationships. You know, the old way of networking, it's not having your business card and shoving it down someone's throat, right? It's about making those connections, cultivating that relationship, and then over time, there may be various opportunities that you may be able to partner on, or they may have business opportunities that they can refer you to. So leveraging those relationships. And another thing, we talked about marketing, the financial part of it, having a good financial person in your back pocket, but it's very important to understand, make technology your friend, okay? You can't get away from it. We're hearing so much about AI. AI is not going to take over your business. It's not going to take over your skill sets, but be able to leverage that. You need to be able to have core systems within your business. What does that mean? You can't do the front office, back office, side office because you can't afford to bring people in. But there are different tools that are out there, technology tools, that will allow you to automate various segments within your business. Email marketing, you don't have to individually send emails to each person you meet. If you have a core group, you can have an email marketing system that times the emails for you. You can do an email sequence and send out 3, when you're looking at marketing, have a whole 3 different emails that you want to send, that you want to market out there, and there are platforms out there that will do it for you. You create the emails, you set it, and you take it from there. So there are so many different things. Leverage relationships, understand that technology is your friend. Learn it. You can't get away from it, and you'll thank me later for it.
Thank you. So we share with you a lot of information tonight. We share with you how to strategize, how to set up that vision, how to market your business, how to have access to capital. What are those key components of that? How to keep your finances in order so you can be successful when trying to obtain capital and access to information, etc. We share with you free resources, right? You heard about the free resources. Diana shared with you a lot of information you can take with you today. You have access to all these experts right here. You have the information from the program today. Please connect with them. They're all on LinkedIn. Send them a message through LinkedIn if you have questions, if you need any additional information. Continue to build those relationships. That is really critical for the success of your business. And now please join me in thanking our extremely amazing panelists this evening for sharing some wonderful information with us. We hope you found all the information we share with you very beneficial. And this is just the first of a series of programs, your Business Excellence program. So we're really looking forward to seeing all of you as part of your graduation, right? That is coming up in a few months. We all know that you're going to be extremely successful in your business because we are trying to connect you to the resources you need to scale and to grow beyond Broward County. So thank you everyone for being here today.
Full names of the panelists. I'll let them say their names. A wonderful job.
Diana Agenor, Marketing.
Sam Chesser, CHESSER at Self Help.
Dr. Reggie Lewis, Business Consultant, Global Strategist.
Annette Lewis, CPA.
And Maribel Feliciano, Assistant Director with Broward County's Office of Economic and Small Business.
Thank you. What a phenomenal panel. Let's give them another hand. So we would like to, if we can raise the house lights, we'd like to take a couple questions from the audience, if we have any. Anybody has any questions for the panelists? It's so dark, I can't see out there. Come on.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here. My name is Nikki Watkins, and I'm the CEO of Hopewell Global, 7 years old now, and we write grants. We also assist with contract proposals for federal, state, private contracts, and we do training development and strategic planning. My question, and I want to thank you all for what you offered tonight. Miss Diana, I love the resources that you shared, so I have a question for you, and I also have a question for Dr. Lewis. I wish I could ask all of you all questions, but I know time is of the essence. And you can decide how you want to answer. For Dr. Lewis, my question is, I have a good understanding about what the others do for small businesses, so if I want to make a referral, for instance, for someone needing accounting assistance, I know where to go, or for banking, I know where to go, or marketing, but I didn't get a clear understanding of what you actually do for us as small business opportunities, so I wanted to give you a chance to talk a little bit about that. Hold 1 second, and the second question is for Ms. Diana, and it's just, I wanted to know more about AI integration for marketing, because you have some amazing workshops, so I just wanted you to talk a little bit about that. Thank you.
Okay, great. I have an organizational development consulting firm, and what I help companies do, I actually help them to identify their ideal state versus their current, and helping them to bridge those deficiency gaps. And what does that mean? Helping them to grow in terms of performance. How do they become more productive, and how do they increase profitability? Okay, so earlier we spoke about how do we crystallize, strategize, and monetize various aspects within your company. So if there's an issue within your company, I'm more or less the Olivia Pope of the business industry. I help solve those problems. So I provide those customized solutions in order to assist. So looking to start, I guide you. If you're already in existence and you're having problems in your, let's say if you're not growing and you're having systems issue, I help you create those systems so that way you can have a smooth operation to help you increase your performance and also increase profitability as far as that's concerned. So I hope that gives you that as far as that's concerned. I deal with small businesses as well as Fortune 500 companies as well, both domestically and internationally as well. You're welcome.
A lot of things that we used to do on our own, now AI can do. For example, if you sit down and you do a 3-minute speech or a how-to video, you can go ahead and use an AI app, and it would go ahead and just cut it for you in 30 seconds. It would transcribe it for you. It would add different imagery if you need. There's also AI, ChatGPT. ChatGPT can plan your whole marketing plan. You could train ChatGPT to be your company. Hey, ChatGPT, act as a seasoned plumber for 20 years and provide me a marketing plan for social media, a marketing plan for our email script, or just provide me with a commercial ad. Make it insightful, make it fun, make it informative. There's other apps such as apps to help you get leads. There's automation as well, automation apps where, and you guys could speak to me one-on-one, I have to think about, there's so many apps, but there's apps where you could put it on your Facebook and it will just have conversations for you. You don't no longer have to have a conversation. Everything has to be programmed, but AI is really making everyone's life a lot easier. It's just a lot of learning, but once you got it, it's just, wow. I don't have to answer a question. I don't have to cut this video. I don't have to sit here and do this. And you could make AI similar to you, right? I could have somebody look just like me, tell them what to say, and make 20 different videos. And guess what? You only did that one time. You just put the script in there, and it's just an image of you. And now you have 20 videos, you have 20 different content. So at the end of the day, AI is really beneficial. It helps you a lot, and there's many different formats of AI. I did put some on the cheat code for you.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Anyone else? Yes, ma'am, come up. If you don't mind, please. And we'll take one more after her. Thank you,
Thank you.
Hello. I am established small business, Little Doves Tutoring Services, Inc. We're a nonprofit. We teach kids to read as early as 2 and the oldest 70. My question is, because I'm a nonprofit and I work with various kids in the inner city, even with disabilities, I'm looking for grants, someone to help me write grants. To write grants because
That's exactly what this is.
and I also need a building. And I was told that by me being in the inner city, also feeding the kids as well, when I do tutor, they also eat. How do I get the funding for these grants, and how do I get a building? Because I was told that if you're a nonprofit doing what I do that's education-based, that there are some buildings around that are not being utilized, they're empty. And how can I get one?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that question. So nonprofits, grants for nonprofits that are focused on education, right? Anybody wants to take that question? Well, local government, like the county, for example, we have some grants available for nonprofits, but it depends, of course, on the services that you provide. There is also organizations and foundations that provide grants to nonprofits that are in the education area. So that's basically what I would recommend, that look at those foundations. If you're here in Broward, or if you're providing services to the whole region, look for those foundations that are aligning with your mission, with the services that you provide, because there's grant opportunities for nonprofits from many foundations that may support the educational programs that you offer.
And I just would like to add that our next session will deal with grant writing and grant funding. So make sure you're here for the next session, and we'll have a lot more information regarding that. I'll take one more question. Yes, sir.
Hi, good evening. This question is for Sam, actually. My name is Sheldon. I currently work for Broward County School as a tech support specialist, and I've just spawned a business from my skill set called Motive Systems and Consulting, LLC. I'm going to use a movie reference, right, to draw inspiration from, and answer your question, for Field of Dreams. So the main concept from that movie was build it and they will come. So my question to you is, I'm starting this business, and I want to know just about how much money should I invest initially to get things off the ground?
Well,
let me add that primarily my business is intellectual because I deal with network administration, account management, inventory, tech support. So my business can be omnipresent. You know, I don't necessarily need a building. You know, I don't necessarily need employees right away, but I do need things. You know, I need like network switches and coaxial cable and patch cables and servers and stuff like that, you know. So how much money do I need?
All right, well, there are some people on the panel that may be able to answer you better. Let me just say this. I'm going to share a little confession. I started a nonprofit several years ago. You heard in the intro that I run a theater in Miami. That's a whole other story. But I quit my job about 6 years ago because I had saved up some money to start a nonprofit. And my thought was I would start this nonprofit and I would use my savings for a couple years, and then I'm going to apply for grants, and it's all going to take off. And I'm going to tell you it didn't. It's okay. I'm okay. In some ways, I regret that. In other ways, because I created this wonderful theater organization and I work with kids, it was worth it. So chase your dream. Invest what you think is smart, but be smart. And again, there's some accountants up here and some other folks. You know, build a plan. What's your financial plan? Like, your ultimate goal, even for a nonprofit, you have to make money. Because if you're not making money, you're not going to be around. So you have to think about at what point are you breaking even? At what point are you going to run out of money? What do you really need to get your business started? And then she mentioned grants. There's other opportunities. I'm going to stop there. But
Yes, so basically, remember when we told you we have free resources for you? There is this organization called the Alliance for Entrepreneurs Resource Organizations. It's 18 different nonprofits, government entities that provide technical assistance to small businesses. They will help you develop your business plan. And that is exactly what Sam was talking about. It's basically from beginning to end, what is it that you need to start your business, right? You're gonna do some financial projections. You're gonna identify how much money you need to answer exactly the question you just asked us today. But there is a lot that goes into those calculations. You need to do your R&D, your research and development. These organizations, we can help you through that process. We will work with you one-on-one, give you a template business plan. We will work with you to connect you to the resources and the experts you need to be able to do those projections and the calculations, so you're able to identify exactly how much money you need to start, depending again on your specific business. So definitely encourage you to connect to the resources we discussed today. You'll be able to, and again, I mentioned there's 18 of them. Nonprofits, most of them provide free assistance. But I wanted to see if any of our other panelists had wanted to add any additional information related to his question.
This is school, and what I wanted to say, everything that everyone said is very important, but look before you leap. Pause for a minute, think about what you want to do before you jump in. As I said before, start with your budgeting. This young man said, I'm going to need coaxial cable, blah, blah, blah. Get a journal, get a book, get a composition book, and write everything down. All your plans, what you're thinking, get your thoughts together. You can come to one of us and lay things out, and that's a way for us to help you, because everything is, your vision is kind of written out. You're not, as you remember it, spouting it off to us. You have it kind of documented, you have it written down. So that's very helpful when you go for help, because you have it organized some sort of a way. Because very often, folks like me will say, just push everything in the middle of the table and we'll sort it out and get through stuff. But look before you leap, plan, get your budgets, write down what you think you need, and we'll help you with the rest.
Is that it?
You mentioned that you're...
Dr. Lewis, you want to add something?
I'll just add one other thing. We spoke a lot about grants, right? But keep in mind, for those of you that grants is definitely one of the key areas that you can consider, but also keep in mind there are a tremendous amount of government contracting opportunities as well. So if you have those expertise, just because your business doesn't have those years of experience in a particular area, but you're the expert, you have the experience, That's where it becomes very important to leverage your relationships, show up to the county government opportunities, various agencies, the school district, Broward County, the local municipalities, find those primes, partner with them as a subcontractor or get on their team where you're able to, one, gain experience leverage your experience with projects that are already out there. So there may be a government contract opportunity in that very same area that may be a $10 million project with a 30% set-aside participation goal. So if you're a company, that's why it's important as you go through this program, you're gonna learn about building the foundations of your business if you're just starting out. For those of you that are already in business, you're gonna learn how to leverage that as well, your certifications, and understand. You may not be as big to go after to compete with Coca-Cola, but guess what? Coca-Cola, if they're going after a government contracting opportunity, they do have certain participation goals that are there. So they need your company in order to leverage their experiences to be able to win that contract. So if it's a $10 million contract with a 20% participation goal, do the math, okay? So just understand it. So we talk about grants, but also understand, leverage your experience, but also leverage those relationships, and you have so many free opportunities, that free quality opportunities that are around. And being able to understand when you're attending these types of events, being able to build your capacity. Because if you're a company that's used to making $50,000 and now you're actually going over an opportunity that's $5 million, you need to have this, what you're able to grow at 50,000, you're gonna need a whole set of services, a whole infrastructure, a whole set of operations and systems in place in order to meet the demands of a $5 million contract. So companies are able to grow exponentially. Do not be afraid of the government contracting space. Sometimes people get a little nervous because they think it's complex. But that's what we're here for. We simplify that, okay? And that's some of the services that I provide for my clients. And I work a lot with the county government and being able to help companies understand you can leverage your expertise. So as you were saying earlier, you started out a company because you see that there's a demand and you have that expertise, right? Find companies, look at the different opportunities, the bids that are coming out that may align with your unique skill sets. Attend those events and leverage your relationships. Build relationships with those primes. Have them bring you onto the contract, and you're making money there that's going to fund your project anyway. So forget about grants are very important, but these are different creative ways to kind of keep in mind, leveraging both public and private opportunities. So that's my
Thank you so much. Let's give them a hand. And we really, really appreciate that excellent advice coming from all of our panelists, and we want to thank you for an outstanding panel and for your invaluable contribution to the Business Excellence Program. You've gotten us off to a really great start. We really appreciate it. And the insights you have given us tonight will go a long way in helping small businesses. As an expression of our gratitude, we would like to present each of you with a certificate of appreciation. I will ask Ms. Jennifer Andreu to come up as well for photo ops. We have Maribel, Feliciano, Dr. Reggie Lewis, Miss Annette Lewis, Sam Chesser, and our own Diana Agenor. If we can get a group picture, that's Annette's, Sam, and Diana. All right. I think we want to get a group picture. Their position that's over there.